We welcome you to the 2026 Missouri Valley Conference Women's Softball Tournament on ESPN+. Sixth-seeded Evansville against third-seeded Murray State, Charlotte West Stadium. Dr. Charlotte West Stadium in Carbondale. What a setting. Alongside my telecast partner, Holly Hesse, I'm Tom Ackerman. It is a pleasure to be with you. Let's take a look at our bracket, and for the first time in a decade, we have a 6-team tournament, double elimination format. We already had a dramatic game. Illinois State beat Northern Iowa with a 5-run 7th inning to cap it. And with the legendary coach, Holly Hesse, I'm Tom Ackerman. Coach, it's great to be with you. And what a unique setting. Here we are with 6 teams and double elimination.
You too, Tom. Yeah, I'm talking with the Valley coaches. They feel that having to earn their way into the tournament this year has really made them go out and play hard weekend after weekend after weekend. So we should see really highly elevated play because of that pressure all season long. 2
really nice teams, really good coaches, and a couple of teams that went at it this year, Holly. And let's look at what to know, starting with Evansville.
Yeah, for Evansville, they're happy they did enough good things early in the regular season play to get into the tournament, including a series win over Murray State, as well as Indiana State, Drake, and a split with UNI. Now look for a pair of juniors, shortstop Brooke Voss, catcher Nikki Bodie, to be the ones to set the tone for the rest of the team.
As for this Murray State team on a 7-game winning streak.
Yes, Murray State, this is their highest finish since joining the Valley in 2023. They finished 9th a year ago, so this season's been a big turnaround for the Racers. Sophomore third baseman Kenley Miner has been a big part of that turnaround, leading the team in RBIs with 36 and home runs with 8. Senior pitcher Bree Haslip has carried the bulk of the load on the mound for the Racers. Look for her to have a strong start. 2
teams with a lot of talent and a lot of personality. They are ready to get after it. We'll be back with the pitchers and starting lineups next. In the circle for Murray State, Bree Haslip, a terrific pitcher for this Racers program, going up against Evansville. You know pitching as well as anybody, Holly, and Haslip has it all.
Yes, she's pitched 131 innings this season, and hits given up is about equal to that, and that's kind of an important stat for pitchers, is their hits given up compared to innings pitched. Valley play, hitters are hitting 259 against her. That's a very good stat. She throws lots of drop balls, Gets lots of ground ball outs. Gives up very few home runs because it's tough to get underneath that drop ball.
First pitch lifted in the air to second base, and the play is made by Hicks. And we're underway. Starting lineups, presentation of St. Louis Union Station, the home of attractions like the St. Louis Aquarium and the St. Louis Wheel. You can do it all at Union Station. See where it takes you by visiting stlewisunionstation.com now. Voss, Howe, and Bodie, the first three that you have to face. Wilkins, Adams, Wilsey, Holbrook, McDonald, and Pye. And the pitch is in for a strike by Hayslip. Hayslip doesn't strike out a lot of batters, but she has that fastball drop ball combo, Holly, and can be devastating.
Yeah, she pitches to contact, so again, yeah, not a lot of strikeouts. She occasionally does have trouble finding the zone, but walks are up something like 24% this year across all pitchers in D1, so probably doesn't mean she doesn't have good command. It's just I think they've shrunk the strike zone a little bit this year, Tom.
This is outside there, and the count is 1-1. Here it comes, and it's 2-1. Taylor Howe with one away here as we're underway in Carbondale. What a great first game we had with Illinois State clipping Northern Iowa. Loser of this one gets UNI tonight. Next one is on the corner for a strike, and the count is 2-2.
Yeah, Tom, that's exactly what you want to see in the conference tournament, is that kind of tightly contested game. Both teams coming out, UNI and Illinois State, playing hard, playing well. That's what the tournament's all about.
2-2 pitch, strike three call on the outside corner, and Howe is down on strikes. Let's look at our defense made possible by Gatorade. Around the infield, Schick, Hicks, Holcomb, and Miner. In the outfield, Hills, Bramer, and Warner. Waldron, the freshman, behind the plate. A very high softball IQ, says the Murray State coaching staff. Waldron from St. Louis. Lindbergh High School. And here comes one of the best in the business, Nikki Bodie. First pitch, a strike, 2 outs in the first inning. That one out of the zone.
Yeah, Bodie's a first-team all-conference player this year after being a second-teamer last year. She leads the leading hitter at near 400 for them and over 1,000 OPS, so can hit the gaps well.
Takes that one.
Just has had a tremendous year, and like you said, just a solid at bat at the top of their lineup.
Deep in the box and awaits this delivery from Hayslip. The count is 2-1. Takes, and it's a strike, 2-2. Bree Hayslip trying to get through this Evansville lineup that got the Racers in the regular season. Clawed their way to the 6th spot in this tournament with a first-year coach. Fouled away.
Yeah, Tom, this is really a tale of two teams trending in opposite directions. Murray State comes into today's game on a 7-game win streak. Evansville, they're on a 5-game skid. But what makes the matchup so interesting is that in March when they met, Evansville took the series over Murray State 2-1, and it was Murray State's only series loss all season long.
Fouled away, it stays 2-2.
Now Haslip really kind of struggled in her last 2 starts against Drake over the last weekend, but she looks like she's really on point so far this inning.
It's a full count now with 2 outs. And Nikki Bodie, great eye at the plate, trying to get something going for the Purple Aces in this first inning. The 3-2 pitch, fouled away. First-year coach, Bailey Dillander. And what a powerhouse she guided in the NAIA, University of the Cumberlands. We'll talk about her success and how she's been able to take that program at the D1 level, Evansville, to success right away. Up the middle, caught by Hayslip, and that is the end of the top of the first. We head to the bottom half. No score.
Credit Union One, the exclusive credit union for the Missouri Valley Conference, offers the best of everyday banking. CU1 members gain access to competitive products like high-yield checking, dedicated financial wellness resources to help you build a strong foundation for the future, and nationwide access through 24/7 digital and mobile banking and an expansive network of 90,000 ATMs from coast to coast. Discover better banking for all at cu1.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Oh, this is tough.
Really tough.
Tough? I'll give you tough.
No, we meant that's tough.
Oh, that's too tough even for me. You need, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Just file a claim on the app or call us.
Thanks.
So do you ever take that mask off?
Not even for my wedding.
Oh, she looked so happy.
We're good.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
What does it take to be the best? It takes determination and collaboration to take that extra step, to never stop, working to be the best doctors in the country, medical experts listening and getting to know you. St. Louis to Warrenton, Mount Vernon to O'Fallon, Bridgeton to Fenton, because no matter where you are or who you are, we're always there when you need us. Together, we care.
Pitcher in the circle for Evansville is Kate Ridgway, the lefty, out of Sullivan, Indiana. You get this far, a lot of it, as you know, has to do with the success of pitching, Holly.
Absolutely, and another second teamer, so this is a good pitching matchup with two second-team all-conference pitchers going at it in this game. Ridgway, again, has carried most of the bulk of the innings, 139 innings, 130. In talking to the coach, Dillander, she feels like fatigue has set in a little bit late here for Ridgway. Curve and drop are her go-to, and her change can be devastating when she's in command of it.
Kennedy Warner is the first batter to face her. 1-1 count, lets that go, 2-1. Lefty-lefty matchup to start it off. Addison Hicks, Parker Holcomb to bat here in the first inning. Here comes a 2-1 with the infield in. The bunt to first. Over to make the play in time. Good idea by Warner to get it going, but it's an out. Starting lineup, presentation of St. Louis Union Station, the home of attractions like the St. Louis Aquarium and the St. Louis Wheel. You can do it all at St. Louis Union Station. See where it takes you by visiting stlouisunionstation.com now. No surprise there that they're bunting to get on. This team has tons of speed, this Murray State team. Warner, Hicks, Holcomb, Minor, Waldron, the first batters of this game, 1 through 5, can all drive them in. Addison Hicks.
Hicks did have a home run in the final game of the regular season against Drake. So she does have some pop in that bat as well. And yes, as you said, speed, 10 for 10 on stolen bases this season.
The pitch, and it's in for a strike at the knees to Hicks. Interesting thing to watch there, what you just mentioned, that Kate Ridgway maybe wore down a little bit as the season went on. Keep an eye on that as this one misses the zone, and it's 3-1. How do you dial it in the pressure of a tournament setting? That's to be answered here. The 3-1. Swung on and missed. And it was actually a strikeout of Murray State. 2 gone here as Hicks goes down on strikes. Look at the defense made possible by Gatorade, created to hydrate better than water. Ridgway in the circle, Adams, Wilsey, Voss, and Howe around the infield. In the outfield, Pye, McDonald, and Holbrook. Bodie behind the plate. A couple of good catchers in this game. All conference catchers. High delivery to Parker Holcomb with 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. Warner grounded out. Hicks struck out. That one misses as well.
Curve and drop again are her main pitches, and that was a curveball that just missed right there. Good pitch on the corner. And you know, as a pitcher, if you miss, that's where you want to miss, down and away.
Playing in on the corners. A miss there, and ball goes off her foot. For Parker Holcomb. Bailey Dillender guiding this team in year number 1 after a great run, 8 years at Cumberland's. Again, an NAIA powerhouse softball program, and took some coaches and players with her.
Right, what she did.
Lifted in the air to left is a base hit for Holcomb.
Yeah, yes, what Bailey Dillender did at Cumberland is just tremendous. Led the Patriots to a 138-23 record in the past 3 seasons. 61-1 in Mid-South Conference games over that time. So she knows how to build a winning program.
It brings up Minor. First pitch swinging down the line and left, and the catch is made out there by Pye, and Evansville able to get through the first as well. We head to the second inning, no score. The 2026 Missouri Valley Conference Softball Tournament is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. We're in Carbondale, Illinois, and let's get to Holly's keys to the game. Holly, brought to you by Credit Union 1.
Yes, for Evansville, keys to the game, they want to limit their free passes on the mound. They have as many strikeouts as walks this year, so they need to stay in and around the zone. Secondly, focus on going 1-0. As we talked, they're on a 5-game skid here. Forget the pass, start fresh. Postseason is always a new season. For Murray State, they often pitch by committee. If one pitcher gets in trouble, they have a next pitcher up mentality, so all 3 of them need to be ready to go at all times, and also continue the scoring barrage. They scored over 30 runs in the 3 games against Drake, including a 17-run explosion in Game 2. So if they can continue on with those hot bats, that would be one of the keys for them.
Hayslip facing Malia Wilkins. Discover better banking for all with Credit Union 1, the official deposit partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Learn more at cu1.com. Wilkins takes a strike. And the count is 2-2. Bree Hayslip threw 15 pitches in the first inning. 10 were strikes, 3 were first pitch strikes. Faced 3 batters. This is the 4th batter, Wilkins. And stings one up in the air, a little spin on it, and it's caught by the first baseman, Schick. Well, we talked about this Evansville program and how good they have been. How about Kara Amundsen and what she's done in her career? First of all, started out with 350 wins to kick off the season. A great milestone.
Yes, Kara's in her 14th season. She's only the 2nd coach the program has had. They came from the Ohio Valley Conference, their final season. She won the regular season and the tournament championship in 2022. It was also a 40-win season in 2022, which is a huge milestone. So she's the program's all-time winningest coach with over 300 wins, doing an outstanding job for Murray State.
Great mix of veterans, as this one's fouled away, and young players trying to find their way this season and able to push them together. And she is one of those who jumped out and said, the 6 teams in the tournament this year is great. I like it. I want my players to know what it takes to get to this level, because it's all about getting to the postseason and performing in the postseason, playing under pressure.
Right.
And here they are as the 3 seed. Outside delivery from Hayslip to Morgan Adams. Adams working the count now, 2-2.
Adams probably hasn't had the offensive year she would have liked to have had, but she has come up a lot of times in big situations.
Down the line, fair ball. And the first is Adams with a base hit. First base runner to reach against Hayslip. So the Purple Aces are in business. This is an emotional time for this Evansville program. The Purple Aces players are wearing red ribbons in their hair, and doing so to support Gordon Wilsey, father of senior Jess Wilsey. Last weekend, not long ago, about a week ago, Gordon suffered a heart attack while in Chicago for the series at UIC. He remains hospitalized. We send all of our love and prayers to the Wilsey family. Fouled away.
Yes, and speaking of Jess Wilsey, now Coach Dillender says she's one of the best kids she has ever coached. She is somebody who is setting a foundation for the program in her final year. She's been a great defensive player. She's somebody who wants to raise the bar for the program and does that day in and day out through her work ethic. The team highly respects her for her leadership. And we certainly do wish her family all the best as they move through this health crisis.
Wilsey in there facing Hayslip. He throws one out of the zone on 0-2. Now the count is 1-2. Runner at first, 1 out. No score, 2nd inning. In the air, shallow center, on the move and making the catch is Bramer, and back to first goes Adams. This Evansville team in here as the 6th seed, and playing with some confidence, but also with a lot of emotion and togetherness and support for each other and for the Wilsey family.
Yes, they've been in a little bit of a tailspin since that happened in the UIC series, and we just hope that they can come together and focus on the game for now. And certainly there are things a lot bigger than softball going on with their family right now. But hopefully this is a place where she can find some fun and relief from that stress.
Little cloud cover here. Wind gently blows out to right center. Holbrook takes one up and away. Holbrook homered in 2 of 3 games against Murray State this season.
Yeah, she's someone who drives the ball gap to gap. She's a true freshman. Evansville doing the best they can to get their offensive hitters in the lineup, so she's playing a little out of position. She's primarily a third baseman, but for offensive moves, she's often is in the outfield. Has 5 or 6 assists from the outfield.
1-2 pitch inside, and it's 2-2. Runner at first is Morgan Adams, base hit to left. Bree Hayslip trying to work her way through another scoreless inning. Here comes a 2-2 delivery. Strike 3 called, and Bree Hayslip gets a high five from her teammates, and we are heading to the bottom of the second, no score. Back in Carbondale for Murray State and Evansville, no score. Join us later for our next MVC softball tournament game, the Valley on ESPN, as Northern Iowa, the 7-6 loss to Illinois State earlier this afternoon, will play the loser of this one, Evansville and Murray State. 3 games in a day to start things off here at Dr. Charlotte West Stadium in Carbondale. First pitch slated for 6 p.m. Central, the Valley on ESPN. Allie Waldron, here is a freshman catcher, and this one is fouled back. It's hard enough to be a freshman at this level and to learn how to play against this competition. Catcher might be the most important position on the field.
Yes, absolutely. They are kind of the quarterback of the field. They're the one player on the field who faces the other direction and sees the all other 8 players on the field. So, absolutely, and she's done a great job as a freshman. She had two 3-run home runs versus Drake on Friday in game 2. So she can not only catch, but she can hit.
And a check swing, did she go? No, says the third base umpire, and so the count is 2-2.
Yes, Coach Amundsen down there at coaching third base. She's very high on Allie for her work ethic and her attitude and how hard she works behind the plate. That's a tough position. You got to work hard back there.
It's 3-2 now to Waldron. And that one nearly gets away. It's ball 4.
Yeah, that's the effective pitch for Ridgeway when it's on, but this is just a little high there.
And it brings up Bailey Bramer. So Waldron aboard with a leadoff walk. And Bramer, fielded by the catcher, over to first. Runner almost doesn't get back to second base, but Waldron is in safely.
Yes, you like it when you put that bunt on and the hitter gets it down on the first pitch. Every
See
coach
how
loves
close
that.
this is. Reagan Towns with one away and a runner in scoring position. Who will score first in this MVC softball first round matchup?
Towns is another very talented freshman player for this Murray State team. She was freshman of the week earlier in the season, so she's getting off to a great start in her career.
Great cut right there and fouls it away. Great to be coming to you from this postseason matchup. Here's the next. That one is low, and it's 2-1. Big tournament running through this weekend. That one is fielded at first base by Adams, who makes the play and touches the base. Runner Waldron makes it to third. That goes 3 unassisted. Katie Hills now bats for Murray State.
Another player with great speed on the bases for them. 15 for 16 in stolen bases this year. Stealing bases is a big part of the Murray State offense.
That one misses away. Keeping an eye on this runner at third base with 2 outs. Concentrating on Katie Hills.
Yeah, Katie had a 17-game hit streak last year as a freshman.
The 1-1 in the air is going to stay in play. It's off the top of the dugout wall. Here's the next from Ridgway. And he misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner at third. No score, bottom of the second inning.
Another really good curve ball that just missed the corner there.
Here's the next. Up the middle, base hit. That's going to drive in a run. The Racers are on the board on an RBI single by Katie Hills.
And so often the game is all about momentum and who can grab that momentum first. It looks like the Racers here have the momentum to start with.
They have indeed, as Murray State takes a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. And now it's Allie Schick. Schick, the first baseman. So Ridgway walked Waldron and came back to Burner. And now 2 strikes on Schick.
Schick here has been a mainstay in the lineup since her freshman year for the Racers.
Here it comes. It's in the dirt. Runner goes, takes second base. Hills is in there. And here's the thing, a lot of these players have the green light to run. And when they sense a situation like that, there's a strikeout for Schick, and that'll end the inning. But a run scores for Murray State. We played 2, it's 1-0 Racers. 26 Missouri Valley Conference selections are made possible by Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC. Here's the All-MVC second team, Holly Hesse, and we see some players in this game appearing on this list.
Yes, both Murray State and Evansville have several players on the list. And those players are already doing big things in this game.
Including this pitcher, Bree Hayslip. Bunt attempt, and it is a strike to the batter, Emma McDonald. McDonald, one of those players who came over from the University of the Cumberlands to join this coaching staff in its first year at Evansville. McDonald was a first-team all-conference player for the MSC in NAIA as she fouls this one away. She is the center fielder for the Aces. Hayslip so far has allowed one base runner. That was Morgan Adams. She's recorded 2 strikeouts. Both looking. Here comes an 0-2 pitch on its way. In the air, that one is foul. The wind is starting to pick up in that direction, blowing out to right field. Great location here on campus, Dr. Charlotte West Stadium. We'll talk about Dr. West here in just a bit. This one's outside. In fact, let's do it now. This is someone who was a major proponent of women's sports, not only here, but in America.
Yes, Dr. Charlotte West, a name highly respected on this campus, in this community, and across the nation.
And she continues to be one of those great names associated with women's sports. I mean, you think, Holly, how at your institution at Missouri State, how successful and how long of a run women's sports had.
Yep.
And it continues to have in Springfield, Missouri.
Yes, her and Dr. Mary Jo Wynn, they were at their respective institutions about the same number of years, which is about 42 years. Same time, they were really the pioneers, leaders, and legends who widened the path for so many girls and women in the early days of Title IX. And Dr. West is still living. Shout out to her if she's listening today. She still supports women's softball here at a very high level. I had an opportunity to listen to Dr. West talk about Title IX probably a dozen times when I was with the NCAA Women's Coaches Academy. Learned so much about the history of Title IX from her and all the battles that had to be fought.
To short and the second out.
So that we have the opportunity. We have facilities like this. We have scholarships. We have, you know, so many things because of the women like Dr. West and Mary Jo Wynn, who I work for at Missouri State. We stand on their shoulders, no doubt about it.
It's a great stadium and a great tribute to Dr. West. Thank you, Dr. West, for all that you do.
Yeah, this is the 5th time SIU's hosting the championship. This stadium was completed in 2003. It's originally a $1.7 million stadium. They put in $500,000 worth of renovations in it and improvements to get it ready. We've got all new padding all the way around the stadium. The surface is phenomenal, in top shape. New video scoreboard went up this fall. So a lot of credit goes to SIU and the work they've done to make this high-class championship this year.
Absolutely, and much more to come. By the way, Evansville just redid their clubhouse. They're getting a lot of donations. It's just another sign, Holly, of how women's sports, softball, just if you want to isolate softball, has received a ton of support and has immense popularity in America right now.
Yes, and that's largely because so many games are on TV now, and people are seeing it and seeing what a great game it is and how fast it is and exciting it is. And every game of postseason, regionals, SEC tournament, this tournament, people get a chance to see it on TV, and it's grown exponentially because of that.
Voss is battling right now, gets it to 3-2 after that foul. Facing Bree Hayslip. And here comes a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs here in this top of the third. With the bases empty. And we'll do it again.
And I don't think you can talk about this field either without mentioning the name Kay Bruckelsbauer, who the field is named affectionately after Coach B. She coached this Southern program for 32 years, retired in 1999, went on to enjoy her days on the golf course after that. But again, when I was at Missouri State, we presented her a plaque for 30 wins, reaching the 30-win plateau. That was my 10th year. I was like, how does anybody ever do this for 30 years? and then I went on to do it for 36.
Yes, you did.
But Kay was one of the sweetest, kindest coaches I have ever been on the field with, and great that this field is named in her honor.
Voss draws a 2-out walk, so Taylor Howe now testing Hayslip. Tries to work inside. The Aces trail here 1-0, top of the third. The pitch to Taylor Howe. That's in for a strike. Really don't want to get to Nikki Bodie here. Do all you can here to get Howe. And now with 2 balls and a strike, we'll keep an eye on this situation. Howe struck out looking, her first time up. Hayslip, the second-team all-conference pitcher. And it's hit softly to third. Over across the diamond for the out. Minor gets it done. We're heading to the bottom of the third inning. It's 1-0 Murray State.
When change and uncertainty define the times, it's good to anchor to your roots, to honor and nurture them, to remember how it all started, and let that help build the future. Because we know a strong future is built on a solid past, and that past promises mean future follow-through. You can trust us to protect what you grow, build, own, and value. Trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual.
Since 1907, we've been One Valley, united institutions with common goals, breaking down barriers and building up communities, and nurturing the next generation of leaders who care about more than just wins. MVC student athletes are leaving a lasting impact in the places they call home by sharing diverse perspectives and fostering a climate of unity for future Valley pioneers. We are One Valley.
Everyone dreams of being great. Only a select few can be iconic. But only one is chosen. Introducing the Chosen One from Rawlings. The all-new one-piece composite iteration of the top-rated and established Icon BB Core bat.
Today's State Farm MVC Scholar Athlete of the Game is Murray State's Bree Hayslip, a senior pitcher from Petersburg, Tennessee, 11-8 with a 3.09 ERA, a 3.72 cumulative grade point average in exercise science. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Base hit up the middle for Kennedy Warner, And the Racers are in business here in the bottom of the third against Kate Ridgway.
And that, Tom, right there is why she hits leadoff. She can pound it into the ground, beat out a high hop. She kind of pounded that into the ground, hopped right over the pitcher's head out, skidded right out to the outfield.
And Warner is 1 for 2, and now the batter is Hicks. Hicks struck out her first time up.
Warner over there at first base, she also has 15 stolen bases on the season out of 20, so she can turn a single into a double pretty quickly.
The count's 1-1 to Hicks. Great to be with you from Carbondale. And showing bunt, and the infield collapses to try to snag that. Pulled it back. 2-1 is the count now to Hicks. Shows it again. 3-1.
Yeah, the Murray State staff, they will often play some small ball. You'll see them bump and move runners over. You'll see them squeeze a lot, just try to manufacture runs any way they can.
And a walk issued to Hicks. And that takes us to Parker Holcomb. Holcomb with a hit today. And now they come out to have a chat with Kate Ridgway. And Murray State will take the opportunity to talk strategy as well. What are you seeing here in Ridgway so far, Holly?
Well, I think she's been in and around the zone, which is exactly what they need for her to do. Pitching coach Alyssa Richards probably just out there to remind her to do that. Keep attacking, keep going after hitters. Murray State can generate enough offense without help, so keep the ball in the zone and let the defense do the work.
She's thrown 42 pitches to this point. And now Parker Holcomb. Holcomb hitting .321 on the season.
And you really hope that, we can throw a rise ball, that they can throw a rise ball here, get some backward spin going, maybe catch it in the air. Evansville definitely crashing. Corners are crashing to field that bunt.
Trying to break this game open with 2 runners to start this inning. And Holcomb unable so far to move them over.
And with the speed they have on the bases right now, that puts just a lot of pressure on the defense. If they get this ball down, you got to make plays quickly, especially with the lefty up to bat.
To third, caught, and no one will go anywhere there. It's the first out of the inning.
And that right there is exactly why you bunt, so that you keep the ball on the dirt instead of getting out on a line drive. She hit that ball on the nose, and it's a good solid shot, but still an out, still a non-productive out.
Kenley Minor flew out to left first time up. Cleanup hitter stands in there with 2 runners on and 1 out. Swinging away and a check swing foul.
Minor is their RBI leader. She is their home run leader. So you got a big bat at the plate right now.
Watches that one just high.
Yeah, Ridgway's would probably be hoping she has a little bit better command of that changeup than she has early in this game. But a lot of times that's a pitch that can come around later on.
Big swing and a miss by Minor. Minor struck out 31 times this season, walked 9 times. And this one is out of the reach, and a great attempt by Howe. Ridgway gets settled back in. The lefty-lefty matchup continues. And it's high, 2-2. It's in play. Howe makes an attempt at it, but there's no play. And the bases are loaded as Miner makes contact and gets to first base.
That looked a little bit like a defensive swing there, coming up and high at her hands, and she just got enough of the ball to get it in play. Worked out perfectly to move those runners.
And now a big opportunity for Waldron. Bases loaded, 1 out. Murray State leads 1-0. Chance for a big third inning and taking a strike. As the sun comes back out here in Carbondale. A late afternoon sun here in Southern Illinois. Swing and a miss. She struck her out. And a big strikeout for Ridgway.
That was a big strikeout right there. Just what Evansville needed right there. It was a good pitch right above the belt, underneath the hands.
And now Bramer, ball gets away. And the run scores to make it 2-0. Runners advance to second and third. Alert running by the Racers to cross the plate and make it 2-0. And now a big RBI chance here for Bramer. Big swing and fouls it back.
Yeah, that drop ball just had a little too much downward movement. Didn't get it smothered. Had trouble finding where it went. That communication has to come from the pitcher as to where that ball is.
That one makes it through, and 2 runs are gonna score on a 2-run single by Bailey Bramer. It gets through after a diving attempt by Howe, and it's 4-0.
She uses the timing swing there. Timing ends up being perfect. Gets the barrel on it.
On the infield, and all runners safe as Towns is able to reach.
Right, now, I liked seeing the first baseman come over, call timeout. Pitching coach has already been out, so coaches can't come out anymore this inning unless they're going to make a pitching change. So you see some leadership there from the first baseman saying, hey, let's everybody take a breath here. Let's calm down. Let's get reset.
This inning was trouble from the start. Warner singled, Hicks walked. After a line out, Miner reached on an infield hit to load the bases. Waldron struck out, and then a couple of runs come around to score to make it 4-0 on a 2-run single by Bramer. Now runners at first and second. For Hills.
It's like the game has sped up a little bit for Evansville, and those things happen. One or more bad things happen back to back. You really want to slow things down, and the tendency is to speed up, but you got to really be intentional about slowing the game down, and that's what Evansville just did, and see if they can get themselves back settled down and get this final out here.
Ridgway brings home a 3-0, taken all the way for a strike. Katie Hills hits one to short, and that is the third out. But Murray State gets 3 in the bottom of the third. We're headed to the fourth, 4-0 Racers. The conference softball tournament is brought to you by Credit Union One. Discover better banking for all with Credit Union One, the official deposit partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Learn more at cu1.com. Everybody's having fun at the ball game today. Great to see everyone, our four-legged friends as well. At Dr. Charlotte West Stadium here on the campus of Southern Illinois University. With Holly Hesse, I'm Tom Ackerman. Murray State leads Evansville 4-0. We're in the top of the fourth in the first round of the Missouri Valley Conference softball tournament. The batter is Nikki Bodie facing Bree Hayslip. This one's in the air to left, deep, and over the wall for a home run for Bodie. Nikki Bodie puts the aces on the board.
Bodie has had a tremendous year for the Aces, and she's, again, the leading hitter at 400, great high number on OPS, leads in hits, leads in doubles, and she is trying to take the momentum right back, and that's what you want to see when the other team puts up a crooked number last inning, that you can come back and punch back as quickly as you can, and there's no better way to do that than with a home run.
Just the third hit off Hayslip for Evansville in the last 9 1/3, as this one's hit to short, and that will be the first out of the inning. If you recall, Evansville took the first 2 of the regular season series against Murray State, but Hayslip came in relief in that final game in a 3-1 Murray State win, went 6 1/3, and now has gone 3 1/3 here. And so that was the one thing that was kind of hanging over Evansville, is you're going to have to go through Hayslip and find a way. Well, Bodie gets him on the board with a home run. Second hit of the afternoon. Morgan Adams now with 1 out. And rips a foul.
Yeah, we talked about in the opening how their juniors, Brooke Voss and Nikki Bodie, would be the ones to set the tone for the team, and Nikki Bodie stepping up there and doing just that.
Adams can get on base, walked 30 times in the regular season. Showing that eye here. Hayslip gets back in the circle. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes to Adams. It's back up the middle. Line drive caught out there by Bramer.
Yes, her timing couldn't have been any more perfect on that. She barreled it up. It was a nice line drive shot. Just one of those shots right at somebody.
Here's Jess Wilsey. Again, our love to Gordon and family. We were thinking about them. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. And Hayslip delivers a strike.
Yeah, Coach Dillender said she really regrets that she's only had 1 year with Jess. Really enjoys coaching her.
Big swing by Wilsey, and now in the hole 0-2. Yeah, it's such a great sport. It's a long season, lots of time to spend on the road with each other, off the field with each other. That one misses 1-2. It's become a tight group in year 1 for Coach Dillender.
Yes, and that was their #1 goal this year, was to get to the tournament. And she's not particularly happy how they came into the tournament on that 5-game skid, but still she's really trying to celebrate the fact that they did achieve the #1 goal for the year, which is just to be here, keep playing.
Left fielder Hills plays deep for Jess Wilsey. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a foul. Another chance for Wilsey. Evansville with 2 hits this afternoon. A home run for Bodie in this inning. The other one was a single by Adams back in the 2nd. 2-2 pitch to Jess Wilsey. Swing and a miss. She struck her out. And Hayslip is able to get through the 4th. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th, 4-1 Murray State. Let's take a look at our game recap. Production of Explore St. Louis. Murray State leading 4-1, and it really came on a 3-run 3rd inning for the Racers. A wild pitch, that scores a run. You got this one that brings in 2 off the bat of Bailey Bramer. And just like that, Murray State has themselves a lead, Holly.
They do, and Evansville also had a foul ball that could have possibly been caught right before those runs scored, and those are the little things that make a big difference in games like this.
Start planning your St. Louis trip to see the Gateway Arch City Museum and other attractions now at ExploreSt.Louis.com. Back on the mound is Kate Ridgway and Ava Osmond makes her first appearance. Osmond, the senior.
And the thing you want to see here is is your team has just scored. They've taken some of the momentum back. You want your pitcher to go out there. You want her to throw strikes. You want to get that leadoff out and keep that momentum on your side right now.
This one's hit to second. Play is made over there by Wilsey. The new third baseman for the Aces is Angela Valentine. Valentine now at third base. And that was Osmond with the ground out. One away for Kennedy Warner.
Back to the top of the lineup for Murray State. This will be their third time through.
Warner reached base and scored in the third. And this one's up the middle for another hit. Second hit of the game for Warner.
And that's what she does so well. She puts the ball through the middle of the field, on the ground, uses her speed, and gets the offense started.
So with Valentine playing third, Howe now in left field, and Pye in right field. As they move around some positions on the Aces side. Runner at first is Warner after the hit. And Murray State trying to do what it did last inning, get some base runners and get them moving.
Yes, that's just what they do so well. They get there, get on base with finding some holes, use their speed to move around those bases. They don't really count on a lot of long balls to put runs up. They play a lot of small ball, move runners.
Hicks watches one go outside. Hicks walked and scored in the third. That one misses as well. It's 3-0 to Addison Hicks.
Those last two pitches were right on the corner. They couldn't have missed by very much.
And she lets that one go for ball 4. So Hicks with her second walk reaches base, and 2 on, top of the order. Has been a problem for Evansville. They reached in the third to lead things off. Now they do so with 1 out. And with that, Kate Ridgway is going to come out of this game. There's going to be a pitching change, and we are going to take a break. We'll be right back. One out, bottom of the fourth, 2 on, 4-1 lead for Murray State over Evansville. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Rawlings, the official softball of the Missouri Valley Conference and the NCAA Championship. Rawlings, the mark of a pro. They turn to the right-hander, Alexis Tucker.
Yes, Tucker, junior pitcher. Yeah, ideally you'd like to get 4 innings out of your starter. She's coming in a little sooner than that, but Tucker has been throwing really well here towards the end of the season for Evansville, so I can see why they're making this change. at this point. They feel like she's throwing well. Two best pitches are curve and rise ball, which are two pitches that are thrown a lot the same in terms of your wrist snap. And those two pitches have a lot of late bite movement for Tucker.
So Murray State with another runner in scoring position. They're 4 for 9 with runners in scoring position today. And
she starts off with that rise ball, just out of the zone, but I'm sure she can throw that same pitch just a little bit lower for a strike when she needs to.
Parker Holcomb's 1 for 2. Got that one. Counts 1-1. Holcomb sent a laser to third that was caught. Back with runners at first and second and nobody out. Last time up, this one she hits back to the pitcher. Tucker to third for the force out, gets that lead runner. Nice play by Tucker.
Yes, and so important that your pitcher knows that now she becomes the fifth infielder once she releases the ball. She does a good job fielding with her glove out in front of her body so that she can react to a ball like that. Nice throw over to third base to get that out. Does exactly what you want a relief pitcher to do.
And like that, they get the third out.
Get two
that
quick outs.
Is how you get out of that situation. It's 4-1 Murray State as we head to the fifth.
Credit Union One, the exclusive credit union for the Missouri Valley Conference, offers the best of everyday banking. CU1 members gain access to competitive products like high-yield checking, dedicated financial wellness resources to help you build a strong foundation for the future, and nationwide access through 24/7 digital and mobile banking and an expansive network of 90,000 ATMs from coast to coast. Discover better banking for all at cu1.com, federally insured by NCUA.
Will you be there when I need help, just like State Farm?
Forget what we told you. It ain't worth squat. It doesn't make a difference if you're happy or not.
Need a lift? Stop living on a prayer and get State Farm.
Oh, now we're prepared. Whoa, State Farm is there. State Farm is there.
It's not every day you get to pet a slippery, slimy jellyfish. Unless you're at the nation's most interactive aquarium. Here, you can experience ocean life in real life. Feed real fish. Come face to fin with real sharks. Spark real wonder at every turn. With interactive exhibits, it's wow at first touch. For the kids and for the kids at heart. Come for the nibbles, stay for the giggles. Come visit the nation's most interactive aquarium, only in St. Louis.
College softball fans, tune in to watch the NCAA Division I Softball Championship Selection Show on Sunday, May 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Visit ncaa.com/WCWS to download the bracket for game and broadcast information. That's ncaa.com/WCWS. We are in Carbondale, Illinois at the MVC softball tournament. First round, Murray State leads Evansville 4-1. Bree Hayslip back on the mound for the Racers here in the top of the fifth. Facing Angela Valentine. Valentine came in to play third base, dribbles this one to second and can't beat it out. It's an out 4-3. Good play over there by Hicks.
Yeah, so those are just the kind of outs that Hayslip gets. Those are weak ground balls to the infield. Let the defense do the work.
So Emma McDonald, who flew out to left her first time up, faces Hayslip with one away. That one just misses. Hayslip throws that fastball, drop ball, pretty much exclusively as long as they're on.
Well, they say soar with your strengths, and that's exactly what she's doing. She's not trying to be fancy, not staying within herself. Knows that those are her strength, her go-to pitches, and has very good command of both today.
The 1-1 pitch to McDonald. Outside, 2-1. You and I were sitting behind home plate. You've seen it a million times, but these pitches come on you quickly.
They do. Haslip throws right around 60 miles per hour. Typically, you don't throw, if you overthrow a drop ball, it stays flat, and that's when a drop ball pitcher gets in trouble.
That one timed well, goes to the wall, and into second base is McDonald with a double. A one-out double for Emma McDonald.
That's exactly what looks like happened there. That drop ball just stayed up around the belt instead of breaking down around the knees, and turned on it well and sent it into right field for a double. Her 8th double of the season. So Evansville is back in business.
And now it's Pye, who moved into right field last inning. She's 0 for 1 with a ground out.
Pye has been on fire the last few weeks. She is the fastest runner in their lineup. And again, a running slapper, so she'll be putting a lot of pressure on the defense here.
8 stolen bases this season for Pye. And as you said, you can see it. Her setup and approach. Ball and a strike to Keegan Pye. Runner at second is McDonald with a one-out double. Pye lets that go for a strike.
That typically is the kind of pitch that a running slapper likes, that low and away pitch that they can try and punch it through the 5-6 hole.
2-1. It is into the glove of the catcher, and that throw hits Pye in the back. But I do believe that was a foul ball at the plate anyway.
Yes, a foul ball, but had it not been a foul ball, the catcher there really needs to take a couple steps in the field of play and create a throwing lane there to the first base person.
They're going to check on Pye here. That looked like directly in the back, close to the back of the head.
Fans might notice it's the first year softball is using the double base at first base, which has helped eliminate some collisions over there at first base, some injuries over there at first base.
They all seem satisfied with what Pye had to say as we take another look.
Right,
She's
the
right
catcher
at the
here,
plate.
you can see she's in foul territory,
Did hit her
and the first
back
baseman is in fair territory, hence no throwing lane. So one of them's got to get probably the first baseman. Well, it's a foul ball, so it's a foul ball. Typically, though, the catcher needs to move into the field of play, create that throwing lane.
Pye able to fight that one off. So, Brooke Voss will step in for here with the count 2-2.
Brooke Voss, she's a hacker. I tell you, she just gets up there and hacks. She goes after that first pitch.
Yep.
She fouls off a lot of pitches. You saw a great example of it right there. She hunts good pitches. She gets a good swing off.
And Voss lifts it in the air. Right field and caught for the third out. Hayslip able to get through. A 5th inning that was once again in favor of the Racers. They lead at 4-1. 2026 Missouri Valley Conference Softball Tournament is brought to you by Grinnell Mutual Insurance. Contact a Grinnell Mutual agent near you for all your home, farm, auto, or business insurance needs. So the leadoff hitter is Allie Waldron. Waldron so far has walked and scored a run and struck out. So here's what happened to Pye. I was about to mention it, but then Voss flew out and we had to get to the break. But with a 2-2 count, as this one is outside to the batter, Waldron. With a 2-2 count, she made contact while in the box.
She had a foot outside of the box.
Right, foot outside of the box.
Right.
That goes down as a 2 unassisted for the catcher and an out. That was the second time that she had an incident with the catcher, as this one is swung through by Waldron, because previously she had scooted down the line on a throw by Waldron that hit her in the back of the head. After all that, it was a foul ball. You just never know what you're going to see in this game. We'll let you see what happened here. Here's the out by Pye. So made contact, she does that drag move there, but was outside of the box.
Yeah, it was a little tough to see there, but her back foot was almost on top of home plate there.
Back to Alexis Tucker. And flown into center field, deep to the track, to the wall. It's gone. It's a home run for Allie Waldron. The freshman comes through for the Racers.
Waldron is just continuing where she left off. It's her 6th home run of the year. She did hit 2 in their final series last weekend against Drake. So those were 4 and 5, and this swing right here results in home run number 6th on the year for her. She is on fire with the long ball.
What a player. And Murray State goes up 5-1 on the home run.
And you can see that can happen with somebody who relies heavily on a rise ball. If that pitch doesn't have that late bite movement, if it stays flat, that's often what happens to a flat rise ball, is it goes out of the park.
A leadoff homer here in the 5th inning by Waldron. Now Bramer takes ball 3, and Tucker now having to deal with a 4-run deficit. Going to try to keep this thing that way. Just misses Bramer. Ball 4.
And that's really what you don't want to see right there is, okay, the leadoff's hit, come up, gotten a big hit, but you want to come right back, go after hitters, get the next out. Instead, we have a 4-pitch walk.
Bullpen busy for Evansville as Tucker works with Towns. Looked like that was L. Jarrett working out there for the Aces. And now Reagan Towns, who reached on an infield hit, 1 for 2. Going to try to get Bramer moving here. Counts 1 and 2 on Towns. On deck is Katie Hills. Murray State trying to keep the pressure on the Aces here. The 1-2, outside 2-2. The Missouri Valley Conference. Last year, 20th in the RPI. This year, 13.
Yes, that's a good jump, and a lot of that comes from the 6 teams that are here and what they've done. You know, Murray State going from 9th in the league last year to 3rd in the league. They've been big part of pushing the league up in the RPI. Evansville has so often been at the bottom, pushing themselves up to the middle. So, you know, typically Southern Illinois, Illinois State, Northern Illinois or Northern Iowa, I mean, those teams are always carrying a big part of that RPI for the conference, but you're seeing some other teams really step up and improve that RPI for the Valley this year.
They are going to go to Jarrett here out of the Evansville bullpen. We'll be right back. El Jarrett into the game for Evansville. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Rawlings, the official softball of the Missouri Valley Conference and the NCAA Championship. Rawlings, the mark of a pro. Jarrett's going to have to deal with 2 runners on base via walk after Waldron's home run put Murray State up 5-1. This new format of a Friday doubleheader and a single on Saturday is what the Valley went with, Holly. And the travel day typically would be Thursday. You play the Friday, Saturday, and you get that Sunday to rest and recover.
Yes, and talking with some of the coaches in the Valley, they feel like they do start the week fresher. Having that full day off from school and a full day off from competition and practice. I think on the downside is, like I was talking to Tina Kramus at Illinois State, they played that, and at the time it was number 1 versus number 2, big series. All 3 games were played within a 24-hour time period. Now that's tough on your pitching, that's tough on your players, not a lot of recovery time there. So that is the big downfall. You only have 2 games to get in the series, 2 days to get in the series instead of 3 like before. That's a downside to it.
Jarrett misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. How do you handle a bye week?
Well, most of the teams were able to pick up somebody else, like Belmont played St. Louis, their bye week. So other teams like Southern Illinois, their bye week the weekend before. They took the weekend off to kind of rest and heal up before moving into the final stages of the regular season and on into postseason. So different coaches kind of handled it different ways.
Taken for a strike to Hills. Yeah, Murray State handled their bye week by not filling it. They actually took some days to relax, sort of reset. That was something that they talked about, went back and forth on, just to heal up some bumps and bruises, get a mental break as well as a physical break. What a great play at second base by Wilsey. Throw home, ball gets away, run scores, and the runner will advance to second base. It's 6-1, Murray State. Well, it was a heck of a defensive effort to keep that ball on the infield here, Holly.
Yes, and when you have a runner at 2, that is huge, keeping the ball on the infield. And I think had the catcher been able to hold on to it, we would have had a very close play at home.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, gets away from her.
Bramer comes in to score. Towns goes to third. And now Hills is at second base. That goes down as a hit for Hills. And advances to second on the throw. So it's 6-1 Racers. And now Allie Schick.
The other thing Coach Dillander for Evansville talked about was the fact that Evansville hasn't been in a lot of big moment games. And she feels that has hurt them down the stretch. You know, the pressure of trying to get into that 6th spot. There's pressure there. Trying to win in your first game in the tournament, that's pressure. They just haven't had a lot of those big moments to try and work through to have the confidence to get through those moments in the game.
The 2-0 pitch, bunt, a nice one, and a shovel to home plate, not in time. A run scores, runner slides into second base, that's Schick, and it's 7-1 Racers.
And that's classic Murray State softball right there. Putting a squeeze down. Perfectly executed squeeze here. And it's not a whole lot the third baseman can do there. She tries to shovel toss it to the catcher. And then heads up base running. Taking that extra base. Something else the Racers do very well is run the bases.
Still nobody out here in the 5th inning. 3 runs have scored. RBIs from Hills and Schick, and the home run from Waldron to start it all off. Kennedy Warner trying to add on here and chops one to second. And out is made, but another run scores. And it's 8-1.
And that is her MO right there, that high chopping ball that you've got to release very quickly if you have any shot to get her out. The runner, the defensive player played it perfectly. You have no time to check a runner. You have to just make that play as quick as you can.
It brings up Hicks now. As Warner grounds out to second, drives in the run, and Schick moves over to third base. Here is Hicks. Hicks has walked twice and scored a run. Eight-1 Racers. Loser of this game takes on Northern Iowa tonight. Our 3rd game of the day here in Carbondale. The 2-0 pitch to Addison Hicks. Bunt and touched it twice, but it is a foul ball.
So again, putting the squeeze on back to back. That is how the Racers can quickly add runs to the score.
Big swing and a foul out of play. Murray State coaching staff has said over and over, this is probably the fastest team they've had in a long time. So they're going to use that athleticism to their advantage. The 2-2. And another foul. So Elle Jarrett had the unenviable situation where she had to come in with runners at first and second, nobody out. A home run had already left the yard. And Murray State has tried to unravel this game. Up and away to Hicks.
You can see she's trying to get the timing on that rise ball, but she's missing high and away right now. Release point is a little bit off.
Just one earned run charged to Jarrett thus far. That one right to third base. Good play and a look over to third and a throw over to first base by Valentine. Two gone. Parker Holcomb, the shortstop. Allie Schick still at third. And a foul by Holcomb.
Evansville looking to get this final out of this inning and get back on offense and try to put up a crooked number themselves in the top of the sixth.
When they do, they'll have their number 2 hitter, Taylor Howe, leading off. Lifted in the air to left, a base hit. Another run scores. An RBI single for Holcomb. And 9-1, Murray State. The Racers get it done. They celebrate out on the field. They hop around and they get it done here today in the first round. No game for them tonight. Evansville will have to turn things around and play Northern Iowa this evening.
Well, we talked to Tom about the keys of the game, and one of those for the Racers was to keep the hit barrage going and keep putting big numbers up on the board, and they did just that in their opening game in the tournament.
Today's play of the game presented by Rawlings, the official softball of the Missouri Valley Conference and the NCAA Championship. It's Parker Holcomb with the base hit, and that does it for the Murray State Racers. Rawlings, the mark of a pro. Well, they know how to have some fun, don't they?
Yes.
Racers team is decked out. They're having a good time. They get a little talk from their coach, and it's on to tomorrow.
And that's what you want to do. You want to take some time to celebrate this win, but then quickly get your focus on what you need to do to get yourself ready for tomorrow's game against the 2 seed Southern Illinois.
They will play the host, the Salukis, tomorrow. Our players of the game, a presentation of State Farm, proud partner in the Missouri Valley Conference. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Nikki Bodie with the home run for Evansville. Their lone run of the game, Katie Hills was 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, 2 RBIs, a run scored. You could go up and down the line on this Murray State team. It was a very good performance for the Racers to get it done here this afternoon, Holly.
They did. You want to have your pitching on point. You want to have your defense playing well behind them. And you want your offense to generate some runs. And Murray State put all 3 parts of the game together and did it in a big-time fashion.
Let's take a look at our updated bracket as the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament enters Wednesday evening. Murray State wins, Illinois State wins. The Redbirds get Belmont, the number 1 seed, tomorrow at noon. These Racers have a 3 o'clock date with Southern Illinois. What a day that's going to be tomorrow. We have another one tonight, Northern Iowa and Evansville. Holly Hesse, an absolute pleasure to work with you. I cannot wait until tomorrow.
Yes, more fun tomorrow. Like you said, 2 great games coming up on the slate tomorrow, and it's going to be fun.
Thanks to our Tupelo Honey crew. Thanks to ESPN, the Valley on ESPN, and our entire group here in Southern Illinois. We have one more coming tonight.